All right, imagine this. You're standing at the security checkpoint, all confident with your carry-on that you've packed 100 times before. You zip it open, flash a big smile at the TSA, and boom! You're pulled aside like you just tried to smuggle a rocket launcher through customs. What happened? Well, welcome to 2025, where carry-on rules have changed so much, you basically need a PhD to get through security. Airline carry-on rules have taken a turn for the unexpected. From everyday items being flagged to new regulations that could cost you time and money, it's a whole new world up in the air. Stick around, because we're diving deep into the latest changes, the surprising items now banned, and how to navigate these turbulent skies without losing your cool, or your favorite gadgets. Today, we're diving deep into the new airline rules, the bizarre banned items you'd never expect, and the sneaky ways airlines are cashing in on your confusion. And trust me, you'll want to stick around, because one of these changes could turn your dream vacation into a total airport nightmare. Let's get into it. And don't worry, I'll sprinkle in a few horror stories and laughs along the way. Because if we can't laugh at air travel, we'd probably cry. Buckle up. What's the real reason for all these new rules? Before we dive even deeper, let's pause for a moment. Why are airlines suddenly so obsessed with carry-on bags and power banks? Could it just be a random series of events, or is there something more to it? Spoiler alert, it's not just about safety. It's also about making sure we, the passengers, stay on our toes and keep paying for the privilege to travel. Now, this doesn't mean the airlines are plotting against us. Well, not entirely. These rules come from a blend of safety measures. Remember that power bank fire. And the bottom line, airlines are always looking for new ways to charge us, and they're succeeding. First up, power banks. Your new worst enemy? We all love them. They keep our phones alive when we're bored and scrolling Instagram at 30,000 feet. But here's the thing. Power banks are under serious fire right now, literally. In January 2025, on a flight out of Gimhae International Airport in South Korea, a power bank caught fire on board before takeoff. Emergency evacuation, chaos, screaming, probably someone's wig flying off. You get the idea. If the airlines carried liquid nitrogen on the plane, that would have been a good solution. But of course, they don't. Because of incidents like this, airlines are cracking down harder than ever on portable chargers. Here's the skinny, anything over 160 watt-hours, about 32,000 milliamp hours, banned, forbidden, verboten. No, you can't check it. No, you can't carry it. Just, no, power banks between 100 watt-hours and 160 watt-hours. You're allowed two in your carry-on only, but you might need airline approval. Power banks under 100 watt-hours? Safe-ish. Oh, and whatever you do, never pack a power bank in your checked luggage. If it catches fire in the cargo hold, there's no firefighter back there ready to bust out the hose. Now, even approved batteries can still go full action movie on you mid-air. So check with your airline before you fly. And maybe don't sit next to anyone who looks like they own 5 different portable chargers. Just saying. Remember that flight I mentioned where the power bank caught fire? It's not just a one-off incident. It's a sign of what's to come. Airplanes are becoming mini biohazard zones for tech. Think about it. We're all traveling with more gadgets than ever. Phones, laptops, tablets, and their batteries are ticking time bombs if not handled properly. Want a little-known fact? These power banks can pose serious risks even if they're within the approved limits. The danger isn't just from a fire, it's the explosion risk that nobody talks about. Yes, you read that right. So check your power bank specs, get those airline approvals. Caught in the tech crossfire. The smart luggage disaster. Okay, so now you're thinking, well, I'm covered. I'll just go with my trusty smart luggage with a removable battery. Sounds like a great plan, right? Nope, not in 2025. While smart luggage was supposed to be a game changer, it's quickly becoming a nightmare for travelers who didn't read the fine print. Airlines now say, no removable battery, no go. In fact, some airlines won't even allow smart luggage to be checked no matter how snazzy it looks. Now, here's the kicker. In a world where tech is king, your luggage could be holding you back, literally. Without a removable battery, you're not just carrying luggage, you're carrying a problem. If you've invested in one of those fancy smart suitcases with built-in chargers, listen to this again. In 2025, airlines are banning smart luggage if you can't remove the battery. That's right. If your battery is permanently installed, congratulations. Your bag might get rejected at the check-in counter faster than a fake ID at a Vegas nightclub. Before you fly, make sure your smart bag's battery is removable, or else you'll be shopping for an overpriced replacement suitcase at the airport gift shop. Spoiler alert, it will be ugly, and it will cost more than your plane ticket. Yes and no, and here we are again, stuck in the endless battle of liquid limits. Some of us had high hopes for the UK's liquid freedom dream, but just like that, we were hit with the cold hard truth. 100 milliliters is here to stay. So, what does this mean for you? Simple. Don't count on technology to save you. Pack smart and pack light. Even if you have the best CT scanners in the world, those pesky liquids will always be a hassle. At the start of 2024, some UK airports said, "Hey, bring your giant shampoo bottles, we're cool now." Thanks to new CT scanners that can allegedly detect threats without the need for tiny liquids in plastic bags. But by mid-2024, 6 airports, including London City, Aberdeen, Newcastle, Leeds Bradford, Southend, and Teesside, basically said, never mind. Security concerns forced them to reimpose the old 311 rule. Translation 100 milliliters max per container. All liquids in a clear plastic bag. No exceptions unless you enjoy throwing away expensive skincare at security. Lesson? Always check your departure airport's rules, especially if you're flying from the UK. Otherwise, get ready to chug your $60 serum at security like it's a shot of tequila. Europe's dream of ditching liquid limits? Shattered. The EU tried to kill the 311 rule by 2024 with those new scanners, but plot twist. The technology flopped harder than a bad first date. Result? Every airport in the EU, yep, all of them, is still enforcing the 100 milliliter rule in 2025. No big liquids, no free-flowing toiletries, no relief. So if you were banking on Europe being all futuristic and relaxed, think again. Travel tip, stick to the good old 100 milliliter limit. It's still your best bet to avoid drama at the checkpoint. Budget airlines going extra hard. Do you really need that bag? All right, let's talk about budget airlines. You know, those magical services that promise you the world for $20, but somehow charge you an arm and a leg for anything that doesn't fit in a carry-on box. If you think things are getting bad with bag fees, brace yourself. Budget airlines in 2025 aren't just shrinking bag sizes. They're shrinking your chances of flying without coughing up a hefty fee. Imagine getting to the gate, only to be told your carry-on is 2 centimeters too large, and now you have to pay $50 to squeeze it in. You can't escape this, folks. The question is, how much are you willing to pay for convenience? And if you're flying budget airlines, remember, the answer is probably a lot more than you think. Flying Ryanair, EasyJet, Wizz Air? Buckle up because your free carry-on just shrank again. Budget airlines are now enforcing even stricter size limits on free bags. If your bag doesn't fit in their new tiny little sizer cage, guess what? You're paying extra, or checking your bag, or doing the airport repack shuffle in front of 200 annoyed passengers. And no, the fees aren't small either, sometimes more than your flight itself. Pro tip, always double-check your airline's current baggage policy before you pack. What was free yesterday might be $70 today. Flying Air Canada Basic Economy? Good luck. So which is this airline that's really got us scratching our heads in 2025? Yes, that would be Air Canada indeed. If you're flying Basic Economy on this airline, say goodbye to any semblance of fun. No, you can't have a choice seat unless you fork over more money. Nope, you can't bring your carry-on unless you pay the toll. Worse? The random seat assignments will give you that middle seat near the bathroom you've been avoiding all your life. It's a game of Russian roulette but for air travel. On January 3, 2025, Air Canada decided it was time to make flying Basic Economy even less enjoyable. Yay! Here's what's new. Only one small personal item for free. Purse, laptop bag, tiny backpack. That's it. Want to bring a carry-on bag? That's $35 for the first one, $65 for additional bags. And if you thought at least you could pick your seat during online check-in? Nope. Since January 21st, 2025, seats have been randomly assigned unless you pay extra. Say hello to middle seats near the bathroom. The vibe from airlines these days? Hey, we're struggling financially, so let's just charge people for breathing. Soon you'll probably have to swipe your credit card just to lower the armrest. Now for the fun part, weird banned items you'll never see coming. But wait, let's not forget about the truly bizarre stuff. Some things that used to be perfectly fine to bring along in your carry-on are now totally banned, and there's no clear reason why. Knitting needles? Really? Since when did they become a security threat? But yeah, better check them before you pack. And then there's flour. Not the whole sack. Just a little bag. Imagine the TSA agent's face when they pull out a suspicious white powder. If you've got anything that looks like it could be suspect, don't risk it. Or you might find yourself explaining why you're traveling with a suspicious bag of flour. I bet that won't be fun. Sure, you know you can't bring knives, fireworks, or your favorite bottle of tequila in your carry-on. But what about trekking poles? Even if you're planning a rugged adventure, you'll have to check them. Make sure they collapse small enough to fit your checked bag. Mercury thermometers? You'd think what's the harm? But if that mercury leaks, it eats aluminum. And since planes are made mostly of aluminum, you can see the problem. Metamucil. Like the flour, TSA will freak out if they see a white powdery substance like Metamucil. Here is a fun airport memory. A poor traveler once delayed an entire security line because her Metamucil looked like cocaine. Now, about darts, and this is a true story. After 9/11, a coworker of mine got his competition darts through security. But fingernail clippers? Absolutely not. Go figure. We have to mention camping gear. Hatchets, giant tent stakes, even certain propane canisters, banned from carry-ons. They might be fully checked, but always double-check. Toy weapons? Yes, even toy guns or anything that looks remotely threatening can cause you to get pulled aside. Imagine explaining to TSA why you're traveling with a plastic pirate sword. Pepper spray? So you know, pepper spray is illegal in the United Kingdom. It is considered illegal. Even if it is a small one, it will be confiscated. Moral of the story? If it's sharp, liquid, powdery, or shaped like a weapon, think twice before you toss it in your carry-on. The airport repack shuffle, is it worth the risk? And if you're thinking of packing your whole life into one carry-on and hoping for the best, think again. More and more travelers are getting caught in the infamous airport repack shuffle. You know the scene. You're desperately trying to fit that oversized bag into the sizer cage in front of a crowd of impatient passengers. The best part? It's probably going to cost you extra, if they even let you keep it on board. The rules are changing faster than you can turn your head, so it's best to stay informed. If you want to avoid the dreaded airport scramble, there's one simple trick, and that is to pack light. Stick to the essentials and leave the bulky stuff behind. Trust me, the less you try to carry, the fewer headaches you'll face. Here are some final pro tips so you don't end up crying at the airport. Number 1. Review your airline's latest policies before you fly. Even if you flew last month, things change fast. Number 2. Stick to the basics. Clothes, gadgets with small batteries, travel-sized liquids. Number 3. If you're unsure, check your bag. It's better to spend $30 checking a bag than lose your $200 hair straightener to the TSA. If you found this helpful, smash that like button so more travelers like you don't get wrecked by these new rules. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a crucial update. Seriously, airline rules change faster than TikTok trends. Drop a comment below telling me the weirdest thing you've ever seen confiscated at the airport. I want to hear your crazy stories. And hey, if you really want to master international travel like a pro, grab my digital travel bundle. It's packed with survival guides, checklists, video tutorials, and a 250-page ebook with real-world scenarios to make sure you are always prepared and ready to fly smart, not stressed. Links below. Grab it before your next trip. One more thing before I go. Please check with your airline to make sure of their rules because all airlines are not created equal. This is your channel host, Cheryl, saying bye for now. Safe travels, my friend, and may your carry-on always be TSA approved.